Hello, lovely lovelies. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. This won't be a long video. It's going to be quick. I just want to talk about this a little bit more with you guys about Meghan and her decision to write a letter to Charles and tell him that there's unconscious bias in his home. So she marries Harry, okay? Then she gets over there and concocts a plan, okay? And one of the plans was to tell Oprah Winfrey that the family was racist. Because Harry thought it was a good idea to tell his ding-dong of a wife. And now that Meghan knows that there was a discussion about what the baby was going to look like, which is a normal conversation, became a racist statement on the Oprah show. So after the Oprah show, after the Oprah show, and she had a chit chat with Charles, okay? Why did Meghan, at the time of the chit chat, after, according to people, she reconciled with King Charles and realized that it wasn't racism, that it was a misunderstanding, and she's ready to move on? That bothers me, guys. And this is why it bothers me. I told you the reason why Meghan is going down, number one, is because she called the family racist. Okay? And so since she's running around calling the family racist, that was the most damaging bombshell thing that happened on that Oprah debacle show. So she tells us that, oh, they are racist. The next couple of days, she writes Charles a note. No, okay, you guys are not racist anymore. When was she going to tell People magazine in page 6 that she had that conversation? Because people still think that the royal family is racist because Meghan hasn't came back and debunked it. But now there's a letter out saying that she doesn't think the royal family is racist and it was a misunderstanding and she wants to move on. My channel was built on Meghan calling the royal family racist. That was one of the main reasons why my husband said, do it. Is because Letitia got upset when she heard that and said, this woman is plain dirty. Now that she realized that her dirtiness didn't go well and her popularity went to crap, now the PR team is trying to put something together to make it seem like, oh no, she's a wonderful, wonderful girl. She's an influencer. She's this and she's that. She's an impulsive liar. She embellishes the truth. She blames other people. She never takes responsibility for herself. For 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years, she's been running around here blaming race, calling the family racism. William's upset about it. The family's upset about it. Oprah's on TV talking about she didn't know she was going to do a bombshell racist comment, and she knows she did. Then Gayle King jumps in because she wants to be a part of the show too and starts telling us how Meghan had it so hard. So Gayle King, now that you know your girl, it was a misunderstanding and they didn't really throw her to the wolves, now what? Now that the royal family wasn't racist and didn't feed this woman to the wolves, now what do we do? Do we okay it and say, oh, okay, she didn't mean it, let's move on? Because that's where it's headed. Because the headlines are going to start coming out was Meghan didn't mean to say that. It was a misunderstanding. Oprah, she took your career and threw it to the toilet. Made you look like a fool in front of your peers. Because most of the journalists that, like one lady, like Nana said, she wanted to be you. And then you disappoint us all by befriending this non-friendly person that doesn't care about nobody but herself, and then you're going to continue to be her friend for what? No, Oprah will be at the at the birthday party with she's the godmother. Okay? Tyler Perry's the daddy and Oprah's the mama. The grandpa. Why don't Oprah and Tyler get a relationship? Then that would make it a whole group, a little family there. And then they don't have to get married. You know why? They don't have to. Because they'll just go over to Meghan's house anytime they get ready to and let them see their kids. Because the kids are Tyler Perry's and Oprah's. That's those. She's the mom. She's the godmama, and he's the goddaddy, Tyler Perry. And so they'll be at the shindig on the 6th. No, I think Oprah's. I told you Oprah was coming. Oprah's out. So here we are. Listen to the story. Listen to the story. Meghan tells People magazine. So there's a letter leaked, and I'm sure she did it, that she wants to reconcile, and she doesn't think that the royal family was racist because it was a misunderstanding. When was she going to come out and tell Oprah and tell the public that she misspoke? When is she going to tell the Sussex squad that she didn't mean to call them racist? Because they're running around talking about how racist the family is, Meghan. And if you misspoke, wouldn't it have been a good idea that you would have came out later like you did the next day and said about the Queen that you wasn't blaming the Queen. The Queen didn't say that they was racist, but you couldn't come out and tell us that, you know what, you might have misjudged that. Because for years, people have been thinking that the royal family is racist. And then Harry gets on TV with his dumb self talking about, Meghan didn't say that. Yes, you did. And now you're trying to walk it back. I call foul on this woman. So yes, this to me is breaking news on my channel. Because I talk about her character, her behavior, her accountability, who she is, how she created the division and the divide and the meanness and the nastiness between Harry and his entire family and his country. And how she's sitting back watching it unfold and not taking any accountability for the crap that she has created. She's not going to the coronation. And all these stories about why. I call foul on the child's birthday party, and that's why she's not going. No. Meghan is not going because she doesn't want to go. She doesn't like she doesn't like the UK. She doesn't want to be there. She's not in love with Harry's family, and she doesn't really give a dang about Charles or anyone else over there. Because if she did, she would have went. And she doesn't care about the kids seeing Charles. That's not important to her. What was important to her was being on the balcony, being seen, showing a picture off of Archie's birthday party, making sure that she wasn't in the back, and making sure that she was loved. Why would they love you after you treated them like you did? And you still are doing it by telling us now you have an epiphany. She has an epiphany all of a sudden. Ooh, I had it wrong. No PR people. If she wants to make amends with the royal family or any one of us for lying on them, then she needs to do the right thing and stop hiding under People magazine and the rest of them and come out with the truth. The royal family isn't racist, and say it, that you misspoke, that it was misunderstanding, not this other stuff, because you had plenty of time after the Oprah debacle and before you got to the spare crap and before you got to the Netflix to let Charles know that, wait a minute, I made a mistake. And if you had made that mistake, then you could have corrected your mom, Doria, for going on that docu-series saying it was pure racism. Doria, do you think it's pure racism now after your daughter has just made a fool out of herself? Saying that it was unconscious bias and she made a mistake and it wasn't even unconscious bias, but she go and pick up an award? Harry, is anybody over there? Hello? Harry, come on, common sense stuff. How does this look? How would this look if I go get an award? Knowing that I sent a letter to Charles and told him that, oh, I don't believe it was racism. And then months later, a year later, she comes out with a docu-series talking about they're racist. And her mom is on there, pure racism. She tells us today that she wants to move on with her life. She doesn't want to talk about the racism anymore. She's done with that. Let's move on. Heck no. Your racism claims caused major damage, major issues, major crap. You silly girl, you. I can't, this is shocking to me. It's unbelievable. I've calmed down. I'm not, whatever, but I'm shocked. And so I definitely want to hear from you guys. I definitely want to hear what you think about Meghan writing a letter to Charles after the Oprah interview, okay? After the Oprah interview, telling the world that the family was racist. And then days later, she tells Charles that she misunderstood it. And she misguided it, whatever. And so I guess she was going to give Charles a lesson on unconscious bias. But she had to pick it up from somebody first. As she was coming over here trying to accuse and figure out how she was going to use the racism card in the Oprah show. And now that everybody thinks she's stupid for doing it, like Chris Rock, she's like, I didn't really mean it. Tell that to William. Tell that to the British people. Come out with a statement and state it that you misdiagnosed it. Oopsie daisy. And just maybe people will start looking at you a little differently, but not these little tick, 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 tick things through people and Page. I don't even know if Page 6 is on our side, but People Magazine telling us that they have no word on her rep. No, Meghan knows exactly what's going on, and she's waiting to see how this. I don't want to deal with racism anymore. I made a mistake. Yeah, you made a mistake. It was the biggest mistake you made. The mistake that you made. The mistake. Because all the rest of it is petty. But the racism claims was the most damaging, and she knows that. And now she's trying to backtrack out of it because she's been caught in lies. And now the lies that has been exposed in showing her who she is every day of the week, that this girl is a piece of work. And what's not gonna fly is her telling us that she wrote a letter to King Charles and they agreed that it wasn't racism. She misunderstood it. It was misdiagnosed. It was missed something. But now, today, before the king's coronation, she wants us to know that she's ready to move on. To do what? So you can rebuild your popularity, not on the basis of calling the royal family racist. So you can get your TIG going and your memoir going and your Netflix going and all about Meghan's brand, Meghan's stuff, her popularity, her ambition, her stuff, her becoming this Queen of Montecito over here is what Meghan is working on. And so while Harry is over there supporting his dad and has a wife that's not doing it and making up every excuse in the book why she can't go. And the only one is that she can't be in the front row. and don't want to be treated like she did at the Jubilee. And if she gets booed and don't want to get booed, that's too bad. That's not an excuse not to go, because you said the royal family was racist. And now all of a sudden, you're trying to tell us that I don't want to talk about that anymore. I will never stop talking about it because you said it and you lied. She lied. And now she's trying to pretend like it's okay. I didn't really mean it. You said it on the Oprah show, and then Oprah lost all credibility with her fans and friends. And now you're trying to tell us that, oh, no, you didn't mean it, and you want to have a relationship with Charles, you and the kids and all this other stuff, so that you can get back on your TIG and your podcast. Because there's got to be something. Listen. Meghan knows that her reputation went to crapiola when she went in on the royal family. But it was the racist comment that did it. And so as she begins to get this TIG thing going, she knows that she's got to fix some of this backlash so that people will listen to whatever she has to say on these docuseries and these other stuff. Watch how more stuff starts coming out, how she's trying to be friends with the family, how she's trying to reconcile. Not really. Because if you're reconciling, you'll be over there apologizing. Because if you had it wrong, y'all, I'm gonna need some help. I had to say y'all. That's a house full of me and my family talking about y'all. Help me out. Don't she owe the royal family an apology? Don't she owe Charles and William and Catherine and every one of them an apology for calling them racist? So it's just okay for Meghan to say, I got it wrong, I misunderstood, or, I thought it was unconscious bias, and I just want to move on, and me and Charles are friends now. Oh, hell no. You cause pain, misery, agony, and stir, and everything. And now you want to back it out. No, you had time to do that after the Oprah show and before the Netflix and the rest of the stuff. So you knew when you went to go get that award, when she went to go get the award, listen to me, guys. When she went to go get that award, she had already wrote the letter to Charles, apparently, and told him that she didn't think that he was racist and that she had it wrong. But then why did Harry go on TV and say that it was unconscious bias and Meghan never said they were racist? Why didn't he just say, we had it wrong and, we're working on that or something? I don't know. But what I do know is that People magazine stated that Meghan is ready to move on and to build a relationship with King Charles and have her kids have a relationship with them too. That's a lie. You're going to have your Oprah Winfrey friends over there on the 6th and probably film it for the next Netflix series, which is going to be stupid. Because what that tells me is that you were never going, and you were always getting ready to plan for your own career, your own brand, your own stuff. It's all about Meghan and what she wants. And so now it's time to fix her popularity because it is shot. And they want to start off with the racism and try to backtrack on that. And if you did, this is what makes you nasty. And then I'm out of here. What makes her nasty is that after that debacle interview with the Oprah, she tells us that, oh, I don't want to call them racist anymore. I don't want to call the family racist anymore. I wrote a letter to Charles and I realized that it was a misunderstanding. Oh, hell no. A misunderstanding is more or less like something you correct immediately. She didn't correct it. She still has, to this day, people that don't know, still believe that the royal family is racist because they picked up an award. She knew when she was picking up that award that she had talked to Charles and realized that they wasn't racist. When were they going to tell us? And have they even said anything yet? The verdict is still out. This People magazine letter to her, to Charles, to me, is a PR stunt. And it's a bad one. Because you can't slide it in that they're not racist and that she wants to move on, and it wasn't like that. She didn't realize what she was talking. No, you knew exactly what you were talking about, Meghan, because you are the one that set it up. Bye, guys. Love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful